Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a great day so far. So today we're going to be trying out the MAC Powder Kiss liquid lipsticks. So this claims to be a hydrating liquid lipstick, which when I heard that claim, I immediately just thought liars, because we've heard this before, haven't we? We've heard this claim so many times, this non-drying liquid lipstick claim. We buy them and then guess what? They're drying. So yeah, I want to love liquid lipsticks. I think they look beautiful on people, especially if you have like lip fillers. I feel like that gives you a smoother lip so you don't get the sort of scrunched up liney lips, you know what I mean? So I feel like they generally are suited to people with either perfect lips or fillered lips. They just don't generally work for people if you've got lines and wrinkly lips, if you've got normal human person lips that aren't smoothed out and aren't necessarily the plumpest. They can be very drying and they really exaggerate lip lines. So generally they're not my friends. But I want to love them because they do have a lot to offer. They are very long wearing. They can make it through a meal. They don't transfer everywhere. They will last a whole day. They give you that beautiful, completely opaque, perfect lip line without a liner. There's a lot of good if they only would stop sucking the life out of my lips. So I was definitely keen to see if this was it. This was finally the holy grail of liquid lip colours that is going to be comfortable and hydrating and forgiving on the lips and the lip lines, but wear through a whole slap up dinner. So I put this to the test. Now, first things first, these smell delightful. They literally smell like cake. Hang on, I'm getting something. What is it? A custard cream. It's a custard cream. That's what it smells like. A custard cream. Okay, I'm glad we cleared that up. So I know there's been a lot of controversy about this applicator, and let me show you. It's this cheeky little hourglass number with like a ball on the end, and people either love or loathe it. Personally, I quite like it. I will show you the application now. This is obviously with no liner, and I didn't have any issues. I find if you give it a bit of a wipe off so you don't overload the lips and put too much down initially, this can give you a really nice crisp line, and I really didn't struggle with it at all. It applies the right amount for me, and actually that ball on the end is quite nice to go around the lip line, and I found it really easy to use. I may have preferred like a nice point on the end just to help around the Cupid's bow, but I really didn't have any issues. I quite like the applicator. This formula feels so comfortable. When you first put it on, it feels like a cream. It doesn't dry down. It's not that type of like liquid lipstick that dries down to like cement. It doesn't feel like that, but it doesn't feel something like the Patrick Tar lip creams either. It feels like something in between, like a mousse, but it certainly feels like you can feel it on the lips. It's not light and airy like a balmy type formula. It definitely feels like you've got lipstick on. It also gives me a fully opaque coverage of my lips in like one pass, and by smooshing your lips together you get a really nice even application. So I wore this the other day for a very long day that included a roast dinner, a glass of wine and a coffee, and there may or may not have been a mouthful of ice cream stolen from a child's plate, but that's for another day. This is how it looked after all that time. So this is probably about 6 hours of wear plus a heavy duty meal with drinks, etc. So is it still there completely perfect and opaque as per when I applied it that morning? No, but what I do like about this as far as a liquid formula and a long wearing formula is the way that it is faded is super smooth and even. It hasn't just disappeared from the center of my mouth, which I find a lot of liquid lipsticks do if you're eating and drinking. You end up with this gap in the middle, which this doesn't do. It wears much more like a normal matte lipstick as opposed to a liquid. It just fades gradually throughout the day. It's not transferring everywhere willy-nilly all of the time as heavily as a regular lipstick, but you also won't get a completely transfer-free experience. Now, I do feel like when you first apply it, they do feel hydrating. They feel smooth. It feels actually a little bit nourishing and nice and creamy on the lips, which is a treat. But I will say that throughout the day, wearing it for an entire day, it does start to dry your lips out. Not as heavily as the liquid lipsticks that dry down into that heavy, horrifying experience, but they definitely will start to dry your lips out throughout the day, as per any regular matte lipstick, as opposed to a liquid lipstick. So it's definitely that kind of middle ground between being a liquid lipstick that's very long wearing and transfer free and, you know, hanging in there for your whole life, but destroying your lips. It's kind of somewhere in between that and a bullet matte lipstick, because it's got pros and cons from both of those types of formulas. It's more opaque, it's easier to apply, it gives you a more solid lip line, and it is probably longer wearing than a bullet matte, but it is also at the same time slightly more drying than I find those to be. Essentially, it wears, performs and feels like a bullet matte, a creamy matte like MAC's regular matte formula, but it looks and applies like a liquid matte lipstick. So it's kind of like the best of both worlds in that respect. I really like this. I wish they had more nude shades. As you can see, this is a little light for my skin tone. This is the shade Over the Taupe, and there really isn't many other nude or everyday shades for me to choose from. I'd like some darker, deeper browns and nude tones in this range, but I guess they launched quite a small number, maybe just to see how popular they were or how they went. But I really like this. It's definitely my preference over a regular liquid lipstick. I think it's a really nice wearable formula that isn't going to make you look ridiculous in the middle of a meal. It also reapplies much nicer than I find most liquid lipsticks do, because it just applies over the top as per a regular lipstick, whereas liquid lipsticks, they can really like bunch up and actually start flaking and crumbling if you try to reapply over the top without removing them, which obviously isn't the easiest thing to do if you're out and about. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the MAC Powder Kiss liquid lip colour. I am a big fan. I really like it. I think they need more shades, and yeah, I look forward to purchasing more shades in the future. I'd love to know if you've tried this, what your experience was, if you've tried some of the other shades and how you got on with those. So far for me, it's so good. I hope you found this helpful, and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.